Hello, dear students. Let us study the order of the reaction. So, we'll define it first. The sum of the powers raised to the molar concentration in rate law expression at constant temperature is known as the order of the reaction. We have just studied here. This is the rate law expression. This is the rate law expression. Then the sum of this power raised to the molar concentration of reactant. The sum of this x and y is known as the order of the reaction. So if we have the reaction A mole of A plus B mole of B, that give C mole of C and D mole of D, and if the rate expression is minus dr by dt is equal to rate is equal to k A to the power x B to the power y, here x plus y is called the order of the reaction. Remember that x plus y may or may not equal to A plus B. This A plus B may be equal to x, may be x plus y, may not be equal to x and y. X and Y are the power raised to the molar concentration of reactants A and B respectively in rate law expression. Whereas A and B are the stoichiometric coefficient of reactants A and B in the balanced chemical equation. This is how we really understand. Now we need to understand the another term which is known as the molecularity of the reaction. So the number of reactant species, these reactant species may be atoms, ions or molecules taking part in the reaction, which must collide simultaneously in order to bring about a chemical reaction, is called the molecularity of the reaction. Note: a balanced chemical equation does not give us the true picture of pathway through which the reaction passes. So this is what it is, the important information for us, that a balanced chemical equation does not give us the exact pathway through which the chemical reaction takes place, or it does not give us the idea about the mechanism of the chemical reaction. So now first let us understand what is the elementary reaction. The reaction the reaction taking place in one step is known as the elementary reaction. Then we have the complex reaction. When the sequence of elementary reactions gives us products, such reactions are called the complex reactions. In other words, we can say that the reaction which takes place in more than one elementary reaction can be also considered as a complex reaction. Now we look at the definition of mechanism. The order, step by step sequence of elementary reactions are called mechanism. So mechanism is nothing but the orderly step by step sequence of elementary reaction. This is what it is known as the mechanism. Now we need to understand the difference between order of the reaction and the molecularity of the reaction. So let us try to understand. The first difference we can write is the definition of these two, that is definition of the order of the reaction and definition of the molecularity of the reaction. Then we need to understand the second point. Order of the reaction is determined practically or experimentally, or order of the reaction is an experimental quantity, whereas molecularity of the reaction is a theoretical concept and it can be determined looking at the mechanism of the reaction. Third point, order of the reaction can be 0, a whole number, or a fraction, which may be negative or positive. So order of the reaction can be 0, can be negative number, can be positive number, can be whole number, can be a fraction. Molecularity of the reaction can never be 0, so molecularity will not be 0, can never be a negative real number, so it cannot be a negative number at all, and it must be positive integers. That means it must be positive whole number, it cannot be a fraction. Order is applicable to the elementary as well as complex reaction. So we can write the order for elementary reaction on complex reaction, and but molecularity is applicable to only the elementary reaction. So we can find out molecularity for only the elementary reaction. The concept of molecularity is not true for the complex reaction. The same is written here. For complex reaction, molecularity has no meaning. The slowest step in the mechanism is the rate determining step. So whenever you have the mechanism, you need to find out the slowest step, and then if that step is there, that step will determine the um, order of the reaction, my dear students, or rate. It should be order of the reaction. It should not be the rate of the reaction, but it should be order of the reaction. Please make change in your notes also. This should be order. So the slowest step in the mechanism is the order determining step for the reaction. The molecularity of the slowest step is same as the order of the overall reaction. So if you want to find out the molecularity of the, or if you find out the molecularity of the slowest step, that would be the order of the overall reaction, overall complex reaction. This is what we can simply understand. For each elementary reaction we can find out the molecularity, but for complex reaction we just find out the order for overall complex reaction for all steps, and we just determine the order only by choosing the slowest step. One more thing, my dear students, we need to keep in our mind that molecularity is generally 1, 2, or 3. Molecularity more than 3 is very rare, and if molecularity of a reaction is more than 3, then such reactions are very slow by nature. Now we need to solve one problem question. For a reaction, we are given a problem, so we'll solve this problem. So what is the question for this problem? That is what we are trying to find out. Okay, now we can read it. For a reaction A plus B that gives products, the rate law is given as R is equal to K A to the power 1 by 2 B to the power 2. What is the order of the reaction? We just need to find out the order of the reaction. So according to the rate law, if rate R is equal to K into A to the power X into B to the power Y, then X plus Y is called the order of the reaction. Here R is equal to K A to the power 1 by 2 B to the power 2. So here we have X is equal to 1 by 2 and Y is equal to 2. So we simply write X is equal to 1 by 2, Y is equal to 2, and then we put the sum of X plus Y, that is 1 by 2 plus 2. So finally we get X plus Y is equal to 2 and half or 2.5. Thus the order of the reaction can be 2 and half or 2.5. I hope, my dear students, you are enjoying your studies. Happy learning.